Center! Form on me! Galaxies!
I am Rhaenyra the Chosen.
Cannot be. You are dead.
I'm alive.
Welcome to Vinny's Talk. Welcome to House of the Dragon Talk. Today we have a special podcast, man. We're going to be talking about the season finale of season 3, man, of House of the Dragon. Man, what a roller coaster. A roller coaster of a season, guys. People, all my watchers that are new here, please, give this video a like, subscribe to my YouTube channel, the notification bell, smash the like button. Now we're gonna take a deep dive into my favorite TV show, and we're gonna talk about my reaction and my review of House of the Dragon, man, episode 8. And man, dude, there's so many freaking things I was just like, so wowed by. I was just like so taken back, and we gotta give an applause, man, and we gotta give a congratulations and an amazing, um, just an amazing episode, right? And so many different elements. I mean, we could talk about some of the stuff that happened, and we are going to take a deep dive into this episode. Um, Man, dude, it's very sad to see that we lost. If you guys haven't seen it already, but Helena, man. I mean that scene where she's jumping out of the window, bro. I was just like jumping out of the window. Um, I was like, bro, to see everything that she's went through, man. Rest in peace, man. I know it's just a show, but to lose such a character like Helena, dude, and like to see all the things that she went through, with Allison growing up, you know, in this Targaryen family and around the Targaryen family, the Hightower family, so to speak. Such a gentle soul, right? To lose her in this season was crazy, dude. It's crazy to see the way. I mean, all she really wanted was some chickens, right, and a nice little farm and kids, and you know, it was sad to see her jump out of the window like that, man. But man, we got Rhaenyra. It seems like to me she is turned, man. Like it reminds me of Daenerys so much, if not Cersei. The way Cersei, found her son jumping out of the window. I was just like, bro, so many flashbacks of like Daenerys, bro. So many flashbacks. But we have Rhaenyra. Oh, Rhaenyra, dude. She is she's gone off, man. Right? She's gone. I still love Rhaenyra. She's my favorite. Other than that, I really like Daemon. But let's talk about Rhaenyra for a minute and going to the light of the seven and the sept and putting that freaking sword and saying she wants to be anointed as this and she wants to be the true queen and you don't want to crown me and all this other stuff and not crown her, but you know what I mean, guys. Um, and then he wanted to do it, bro. She's like turned, bro. For me, Rhaenyra has turned Rhaenyra the cruel, right? Cruel. I always love Rhaenyra, man. I'll never forgive Viserys. He always loved Rhaenyra, right? Her father, and he named her heir. And now they're calling her the false god or false, to the throne and all this other stuff. Aegon is the true king, and I want to get into this episode a little bit because, I really pull for both, man. Even though I love Team Rhaenyra, Team Black, I love Aegon as well, man. And to see where his character has came in such a long time, um, uh, I was just like taken back. This episode was very emotional, very passionate, but I was just like, damn, bro, so many things going on. We got the epic battle scene with Damon. Correxis! This dragon just came there and blew the whole door down. Straight up, Ormond got freaking torched. His ass is freaking gone. Rest in peace to the House Stalk. Rest in peace to Roderick. He said the only way he wanted to go was out was fighting, breaking through that door. He told Damon, "Don't die until you get past that door." I was just like, "Bro, really, Roderick?" Shout out to House Stock, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, Elena, man, freaking, I can't get over that, dude. It's kind of emotional to see like the sad. It's like, dude, this is like the only character that was so like wholesome and peaceful, and to see the way she went out. I mean, and then to see like her being force fed like that, I was just like, bro. She left behind such an amazing. Was she building like a quilt? And Rhaenyra found it, and she's looking at it. It's this piece of artwork, and it shows her jumping out of the freaking, jumping out of there and landing whatever. But it also shows that Rhaenyra was covered in blood on the Iron Throne, and I was just like, wait a minute, this is crazy, man. Because what that tells me is that, man, I cannot wait for season 4, dude. I feel like this season told a lot, but I feel like season 4 is just gonna even be even more of a freaking roller coaster. If you guys haven't been following my YouTube and whatnot, we've been talking about House of the Dragon. I've been doing reviews and reactions. This latest episode was simply crazy, man, because it was a lot of ups and downs throughout this whole season. But I could say this one was really action packed. But my takeaways would be that it was very sad. It was very sad to see Helena pass, even though we didn't get too many deaths in this episode, other than how Stalks, Helena, and the Hammer guy. I feel like something's gonna happen between them, Hugh Hammer, and Rhaenyra. Hopefully, Vermithor's his dragon that he rides. I feel like a turn is coming. I feel like a change is coming. And I feel like, we're going to get back into talking about season 3, but I feel like going into the next season, the final season, I really feel like we're going to get a different Rhaenyra. Because I feel like Helena's passing, her death, has changed Rhaenyra in a way. Well, because she was looking at that, was it a carpet, a quilt, or something that, Helena had made, and it had art on there. See, the thing about art, guys, because I love art, and I'm a drawer and I'm an artist, but it tells you and it paints a picture of what's to come and what is this story about. And it shows in that art form that there is a change. I don't know, man. I feel like some strong things are going to happen in the final season. And I feel like we might be witnessing some of the last of our favorite characters. I mean, we've seen how fast we lost Helena. Man, Ormond, bro, in that battle scene, he got freaking whooped. But honestly, I wasn't a big fan of Ormond's. I was really never crazy about the High Tower. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Alicent. Some people don't like Alicent. Speaking of Alicent, we didn't get too much of Alicent in this episode. And the ending, we got, the butterflies pertaining to Helena's passing her death. I feel like that was just like a sign, right? A sign that, I'm okay with. But it's just, man, bro, that was just like, why did they have to do that, man? Why couldn't they just wait? They showed basically her in the last episode with Dreamfire, her dragon, and then this. And I was just like, bro, I don't know, man. Rest in peace to Helena, though. What an episode, though. What an episode. You have Rhaenyra. Then she's talking to all the people, right? And she's telling the people about the Iron Throne and, the House Targaryen, about her father, Viserys, and how she's the promise of the prince, piece of promise, and all this other stuff. And I was just like, man, bro, this is a different Rhaenyra. But I feel like, in a way, guys, I really do feel like she's this passing of Helena's passing. I feel like it's a change in Rhaenyra. Now let's talk about the battle scene, right? The battle scene in the High Tower battle scene. We got freaking Caraxes the dragon. We got Daemon. Bro, Daemon was slain, bro. He was out there freaking. And it was, I thought those little kids they were using as bait, I thought they were just gonna like basically, I don't know what they were thinking, man. But Daemon straight up told him to get out of the way. And bro, his dragon was on 10, bro. Caraxes. One of a kind dragon, right? Caraxes. So I really enjoyed the battle scene. That was I don't know. I can't imagine the money they spent for that scene. For all the scenes that were towards the end, it was simply epic battle scenes. That House of the Dragon feel, you know what I mean? I really I really felt that way. And when I seen, Damon fight, I feel like I've seen a change in Damon. We've seen Damon Targaryen throughout the seasons in House of the Dragon. We've seen the way he fights, and he's, you know, very a very aggressive shite, like shiny knight, right? Just a epic battle, and to see him in this battle, and I really feel like something has changed in Damon, and I feel like his character has developed and more matured, and I feel like during these next couple, well, during the next season and probably the next couple episodes into the next final season, we're gonna see a different, I mean, probably more mature Damon, man. Bro, he was straight. I don't know, man. He was just out there getting it, and that was crazy. That was an epic battle scene for the finale. I really enjoyed the finale, man. I just, it's gonna be a long wait, and a lot of people, I read all these different Instagram posts and YouTube videos and stuff like that. But even though they say it's 2 years, it's like a year and a half. I look at it like this because this year is almost halfway through. But at least we have season 1 and 2 and 3 to catch up and polish up our game before they reach the final season. Because I love watching replays of House of the Dragon. Like I said, man, it's touched my life in so many different ways. It's taught me so many different things. Um, but this is a completely different Rhaenyra. We see her come out, and bro, she was straight. That was a slave queen, bro. She came out there, you know. I didn't think she was gonna go to the freaking step like that, bro. Straight up stab old boy. That was crazy, bro. The old man's like, no, I can't anoint you. And then to see Corliss get caught up in the middle of the high tower scheme. Darren, you know what I'm saying? I guess he survived. What's gonna happen, dude? I feel like in the next season, so I feel like so many things are gonna pop off that are just gonna be insane, right? So many things are gonna be insane. And like I said, man, when I first started watching this episode, I was like, what can we expect from this? Some big battle scenes, epic, right? But man, towards the end, I didn't expect Helena's passing or her to just, bro. What were we thinking, right? What was she thinking? Like, what were we all thinking as Game of Thrones fans? Like, this wasn't gonna happen, or people, did you guys see it coming? I don't know. Maybe drop a comment below and let me know what you guys think. But I was just like, man, I don't know if I expected that. But it's House Targaryen forever, King of the Andals, Queen of the Andals, first of her name, first of his name. I support both, man. I really love Aegon. And there you have Aegon and freaking Aemon. Freaking Aegon, dude, pulls up on his dragon in Harrenhal, right? You got freaking Ellie Rivers chilling in the back. She got some in her hand. Looked like she had like a knife or some shit. I don't know what it was. Um, Aemon says, "No, you were dead." No, then freaking Aegon says, "Imbecile, I'm alive." Imbecile, he straight called. And Aemon straight asking his brother for forgiveness was simply epic and amazing to watch. And then Aegon sitting there basically telling him that you tried to kill me, bro. We're gonna go, and we're gonna go find Vagar, one of the biggest dragons, right? We're gonna find your dragon. We're gonna try to get rebel and um revenge on Rhaenyra, right? Put her head on a spike. He said all this crazy shit. And then he said, then and only then will be contemplating on forgiving you. And bro, when I seen that scene, I was just like taken back. I was just like, bro, I cannot wait. I cannot wait for season 4. I feel like so many things are gonna happen, and we might lose some of our favorite characters, guys. It's probably gonna happen. Some of our favorite characters, some of our favorite dragons. Shout out to Cyrex. Shout out to Caraxes. Shout out to Sheep Stealer. Like I said, man, there's so many different dragons. Vermithor, Vermothis, High Valyrian. Wow, it's just so much to unpack, so much to think about. And the fact that we got to wait so many different years, not too long, about a year and a half, right? A year and a half, give or take. But like I said, man, this was one of my favorite episodes, even though a lot of crazy things happened. And I also do feel like Amen has changed in freaking Aegon's demeanor. The way he was in the first season and second, we seen more Aegon in the ending of season one, right after Viserys passed away. And I feel like that scene with Viserys at the dinner table, I believe it was it 9? Episode 9, season 1, where when they were all together in the room and they were talking amongst themselves, amongst like this big family, like, why don't you basically come together as a family and stop all this nonsense? And, he was very sick and very ill and basically dying. The Hightowers and, you know, uh, Rhaenyra's family basically seemed like they had some type of um, togetherness, but not really. And then Aemon and freaking Jacaerys, uh, Chase went at it. Um, I think that was the last of Chase and Helena when they were dancing together. Was it brought me back to that moment, guys? It really brought me back to that moment when she was dancing around and what she really wanted for herself. And then to see her in this episode, to see her the way she went down was just like, bro. Because I feel like when Viserys was alive, dude, things were a little bit more kind of like even keel, but at the same time, you started to see the cracks, right? You started to see things that were gonna happen. That this war was imminent. This war was gonna happen between the High Towers and the Targaryen family. And then what happened with Otto, losing the hand from uh Aegon, how he took the hand away. For a minute, a lot of people hated on Otto, but I really feel like Otto was a cement uh with Viserys and the way they ran, basically how they ran, King's Landing, how they ran the throne when Viserys was alive was much different. Um, and now Rhaenyra has taken over, and now they're fighting over. It's crazy, man. To see what's gonna happen, bro. I feel like some shit's about to pop off, dude. In the next season, I cannot wait. I wanted to give you guys my deep dive in this episode because there's a lot of things that people don't know or people want to discover. And I gotta say this, man, that you know seeing Helena's like visions and the way she was dreaming, because she was a dreamer, right? Helena is the dreamer and an artist, a very great artist. The way she made that. So Helena is a dreamer, and all those messages, subliminal messages that she left behind, man. I really do feel like it's a sign. It's a sign that what's to come, you know, what's to come in the next season of House of the Dragon. We will be getting freaking a lot of crazy things, man. Season 4 is the final season. Um, so all I want to do is say, shout out to all my favorite characters, man. Shout out to Rhaenyra, the Queen. I am your Queen. Aegon, who's came so far, right? He's changed so much from the beginning, especially with Viserys and the way Viserys, Rhaenyra's father, the way the throne, the Iron Throne, and everything was ran with him and Otto. I really, like I said before, man, I really feel like it's changed so much. And to see what happened with Rhaenyra's son, and I really felt like that impact what happened with Chase, losing Chase and Vermax and so much loss pushes you to the brink of just going crazy, right? And now, Allison Hightower, losing. What is Allison gonna do, bro? She's like I said, bro. She pissed, bro. She's gonna be pissed, but it's not just pissed, but sad at the same time. You see at the end of the episode there, um, with the butterflies flying away, but that message, that Helena left, jumping out the window, but she leaves such an art form of um the artistry she left, and the Rhaenyra's looking at was it like a blanket or a quilt, whatever it was. It has a message on there. It shows her with the dragon basically jumping out of the window and landing, and then you see freaking Rhaenyra on the throne bleeding. So many things are gonna happen then in the next season that we're gonna lose a lot of things, man. I feel like some things might not be able to come back from, and there's so many things that did happen before. And if you go and watch season 1 of House of the Dragon, you will learn so much from the Iron Throne. I mean, Viserys, when he was sick, his last days, taught us so much about how he was trying to bring the family together, and now how it's so broken apart, and the war. You could tell, you could totally tell that there was war imminent before he had passed. But man, it's crazy to think that we have to wait 2 more years. I would say about a year and a half, roughly about a year and a half, because this year is almost done. So I'm excited. There you guys have it. A deep dive into House of the Dragon Season 3, Episode 8. Call it EP8. House of the Dragon. Queen of the Andals. First of her name, Rhaenyra Targaryen. King of the Andals. First of his name, Vincent. Vinny. Aegon. Bring Aegon, the usurper, to me. Man, all I can say is this season was crazy. I cannot wait, guys, for the next season. Rest in peace to Helena, man. And I want to thank you guys for joining this podcast. Please give this video a like. We will have more videos dropping, more cool podcasts, whether it's Pop Funko reviews of the House of the Dragons. We're definitely going to be bringing more videos and cool stuff. But until the next time, you guys know what to do. All right. Peace out, guys. House of the Dragon. House Targaryen forever. Shout out to Sunfire. Shout out to Rhaenyra. Shout out to Aegon. Rest in peace, Elena. Let's go.